Hello everyone, it's Bosco here, and you're watching the Stuff That Works channel. Episode 4 of the 108 Challenge. We're going to talk about foundation, some placement, some visuals, draining and plumbing and that sort of thing. But here you can see the foundation I chose to go with. Found an advertisement on Craigslist for 72 cents a piece for these half cinder blocks. I coated them with some greenish sage colored paint, and then on the front side I have a 1x2, and on the back side I have a 2x2 to help me get a really excellent running start at making sure that these beds are leveled. I have a little bit of an uneven ground situation on the back side there, so this is going to go a long way with the help of some shims to make sure everything is set and nice and purdy and level. So you can see the grow beds in the background. Let me queue up the next set of videos and I will be right back. Here are our wonderful 3 grow beds that we've constructed in the past 2 videos, and this is where they sit. They sit on top of those cinder blocks. They sit perfectly. They fit exactly in the space that I need them to. That's one of the reasons why we manufactured the grow beds in the first place. They are at a great height. They're at about 34 inches to the top, which is perfect. If you've ever grown in this kind of environment before, you don't want these grow beds to be too high, and there's a good reason for that, because you've got to be able to reach all the plants. When you're planting them, it makes a huge difference in being able to manage them. The other thing I'd like you to notice is that down, let me pan down here in just a second. There we go. In the plumbing is going to go on the front. There's lots of space underneath these grow beds. I have a reason for that. We'll get into that in phase 2. I'll remind you to come back to this video and remember that I said there was a reason for it. But this is basically how they sit, and they're sitting sturdy, they're fine, they're absolutely stable. I have had them all filled completely to the top, and no buckling, no problems, no muss, no fuss. So next we're going to talk about the unified drain, and I'll show you how we're going to set that up, and I'll be right back. I forgot I wanted to mention and show you how the tops of these grow beds look. You'll notice a lot of wrinkles. Trust me, it's absolutely normal. Once you fill these beds back up, all of that will get pushed into the side. Everything will be fine and nice and flat and smooth. But the thing is I want you to look here for a moment at, this is as close to a scale as I can get with the current camera and setup that I have. This is going to be a very easy grow bed to work around. I can go in from the side where we're facing right now. I can come in from the back side and work on plants, harvest plants, all that sort of stuff. So I just wanted to show a little bit closer detail of how they sit next to each other. They have a great sense of uniformity, and I personally really enjoy the way that they look. Here's our plumbing, our unified drain. This is a 2-inch piece of PVC. And what we're going to do is we have placed a plumb, if you will, and I'll show you that here in a moment. Placed a plumb through the bottom of the drains of the grow bed. You can see the plumb starting to come into frame right about there. And that plumb basically marks the center of the drain that's already been put into the grow bed. So we'll have 3 of those, and then this unified drain is going to extend a little bit further out to the right initially, because I am going to be putting some raft beds right above this section right here. So what will happen is all of that water will go into this 2-inch PVC, and so that area right there is where I'm going to put my raft beds. It'll come, the beds will fill up, they will drain in the 2-inch PVC here, then, and that's all 3 beds, by the way, so all of them are going to fill and they're all going to drain. They're going to drain in this 2-inch PVC, and what's going to happen next is they're going to drain along they're going to take a right turn, basically, a left turn rather, and it's going to drain all the way back into our sump. Here's another quick view of how everything's going to run. So keep in mind that the grow beds are going to fill with water. The bell siphons are going to drain them directly into this unified drain. That unified drain is then going to take a left turn, and also it's going to be 2-inch PVC here as well. It will take a left turn down here and into this area here where our sump is going to be. I just got the sump tank this morning from Craigslist. 70-gallon sump. That should be plenty for the size of system. And then so that sump is going to pump water vertically, basically to the bottom of the windowsill here. And that water is going to then get pumped back into our fish tank, which is going to be about right here. That fish tank is going to have what's called a slow, which is a standpipe basically, that is going to be draining at a higher level than the filter that's going next to it, and then also into the sump. So that's basically where we're at today. That sump will then pump that water up and across. You can see that tank in the background, that's our sump, and in back into the grow beds and this raft beds that are going to be on the right hand side of the grow beds. And the raft beds are kind of a phase 2 thing. So that's where we're at today. I'm Bosco. This is the system, and you're watching the Stuff That Works channel. I'll see you soon.